I like that kickoff music, Todd. I remember this song.
When did it come out?
1981. No, I don't know. I didn't catch the whole thing. But sometimes I just drop lines on you because you just believe me, right?
Yeah.
On music.
Well, when we're running and
AC/DC and Def Leppard comes out. Those are the songs I grew up on as a kid.
Man.
Right?
I don't know if I could work out to that.
No, it's well, you might, you can wear some headsets, bring your other music, but this is, Choose does really good stuff. They have stuff from the 70s into the 90s.
Are they sponsoring this segment or
I don't know.
what?
They probably should.
They should. We're giving them some free airplay. So if you guys have questions, we haven't thrown out the number yet, but if you guys have questions, give us a call, shoot us a text, 619-663-7355. If you've thought about kind of changing careers, if you're looking for something that I guess it's limited to amount of work you want to do, right? There's no real glass ceiling on real estate, right? If you want more money, you got to do the more work. But at some
smart
jobs,
work anyways, right?
Smart work, right?
Yeah,
but at some jobs, it has a limit. You make up to $70,000, and no one else is making above that.
If you made $20 an hour, right? Let's even say $50 an hour. If you make $50 an hour, even if you worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's a limit. Right? You can only work that many hours times 50. This is it. Even if you never slept, we know that's not even possible, but there's a limit there. Where owning your own business, having a real estate or lending career, you have the ability to do more transactions, do more marketing, do unique things, set up teams, do different things. And that's kind of what the whole Whissel team's done. And part of this is our radio show, and we have a lot of fun. And it was nice to have Marvan in talking about real estate. But here's what we didn't get a chance to talk about. Fully, I guess we did a little bit. What do you really want to accomplish in real estate, Marvan?
When you got people like I'm surrounded with here at Whissel, it's kind of the biggest thing that I can see is the ability to develop. And if you're going to be successful in life, you have to have a mentor. You have to have somebody to follow.
Kind of a coach, right?
Yeah, exactly. And what better to do than to learn what I need to learn and then teach that to somebody else.
Nice.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and personal growth is huge. That's one thing that I'm real big on. And what better way to grow yourself personally, but also being able to help people get into what they need. Jason and Kyle were I love Kyle, but he didn't really help me out too much in finding my house. I found my own house by photographing it for him.
No, he took the listing, right? Yeah. He took the listing and said, hey, you got to go take this picture. And you showed up and went, well, wait a minute. Maybe I could live here. I know this neighborhood. Wow. And then you called me up and you're like, Jason,
I think
what are the payments on this? And I'm in escrow. I'm like, what? You're in escrow? And
I told Jason, I said, Jason, I need to lock my rate. And he goes, bro, you got to get an escrow first. Oh yeah, I found a house. I'm going to be in escrow tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that went really fast.
Yeah.
I think part of that step, just to talk about that, Brian, was that for you, the biggest step was you planned on buying a house, but you thought it was going to be a year or two down the road. And you didn't realize, hey, I could get in for $15,000. I could afford the payments, but once we sat down with your lovely wife, Victoria, and I think we met on a Saturday in my office, and we just broke down the numbers, we looked at everything, you actually walked away and went, wow, I actually could probably buy sooner than I thought.
And you know what my favorite thing about that interaction with you, Jason, was, and I don't know if I've told you this before, and it wasn't the fact that you were typing in google.com and then Facebook. That wasn't my favorite part, even though I did love that you had to Google to go to Facebook.
I have to Google. I do. I just put right in my Facebook. I put FAC and it comes up and I click on it.
Anyway,
he laughs at me. But
anyway, no,
it's funny you remember that.
I do.
I still do that, of course.
I'm sure. My favorite thing
That's crazy.
And I one of the things I was worried about is, we saw the housing crash. Everyone was affected by that. I was afraid of that. I didn't want to go into that scenario. What I was most appreciative of is you didn't say, "Oh, cool, you're approved up to this much. Go check it out." You said, "What do you want to spend?" And I told you I want to spend $2,200, and you said, "Cool."
And we set a budget based on that.
You're approved for that. This is what you can afford. And I really appreciated that you weren't going, "But you can push it. Why don't you try this?" And you can buy $500,000. It's just, I really appreciated the fact that you weren't pushy. It was. You literally just said, here's the information. You gave me the knowledge that then kind of gave me the ability to start looking and seeing the reality to it all.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Brian. One thing, 25 plus years of experience
28.
back then. You're 28 now, but when you bought the house a couple years ago, right?
Yep.
So that comes with the experience, right? And people don't realize, they go, well, this guy's here. I go, this guy's been in the business 6 weeks, 6 months. He doesn't know the experiences that I have. And it's hard to put that out to a brand new buyer, right?
And you know what?
But
and I always refer you to people, and I've told you all this time.
You've been a great source.
The reason I tell people, I said, look, I'm sure you can look around. I'm sure you can do things.
There's a million lenders
I
out
know
there.
there's other great ones out there.
Yeah.
But, and this is the same reason, this is kind of weird. This is the same reason I use my house cleaner. I know for a fact you guys aren't going to put me in a situation that's going to be bad for me.
Right.
You're not going to go, well, I'm making a couple extra bucks here if I just go ahead and refinance here. I literally say, Jason, should I do it or not? Would you tell your kid to do this?
Right.
And you always will kind of give me that that guidance of like, and you did. You're like, look, I don't think it's a good time to refinance right now. I think
And we waited, and we picked a better time, right?
Much better time.
And it worked out better, and I told you why. But the guy on the phone is all about his commission. There's some of these internet lenders and 800 lenders, and they're pushing to the highest dollar amount because it helps their commission, helps their numbers, and they're pushing you to react now. Hey, rates are going up. Refi now. And I tell my clients, look, wait a couple months. I think we're going to see a better time. I call them a couple months later, and they're like, Jason, I know you've been in my home fellowship for 10 years, but the guy on the radio, 800 number said, I got to refi now. And I refied at that rate. What's the rate now? I go, it's like 10 grand cheaper.
Yep.
Like literally at the same rate, I could pay 10 grand of their closing cost. And they're like, what? You could have saved me 10 grand and I should have listened to you? And so it's always amazing, but thank you, Bryan, for doing that.
So we're about to end.
Yeah.
My big takeaway, my big tip is find someone you can trust.
Both
someone
in lending and in real estate.
Both, yep. Someone that you believe honestly has your best interest at heart. And that's one thing that I think we do really well at Whissel is really teach that it's client-centric. Make sure that we are focusing on what they need, not what we want, right? And there's always going to be a little bit of that difference there, but I think we do a really good job of finding the client what's best for them at this point in their life.
Great job.
I know we're about to end up. Again, give us a call, shoot us a text, 619-663-7355. Jason, if you have, I know we talked a lot about real estate agents today. If you have one tip for someone who wants to become a real estate agent, what is that one tip?
Contact Kyle Whissel at that number, 619-663-7355. Literally, that's the best tip. It's the best business out there. If you're willing to work and handle the emotions, you can literally make millions of dollars and build a real estate portfolio for life. So that's my tip.
Okay, I didn't know we were going that way, but thanks so much. All right, we will see you guys next Wednesday.